As the manager of Scotland, one of the things that really pleases me is how desperate the players are to be involved and how they'll bust their gut to get here. Barry Robson and Gary Caldwell drove up earlier and I think this is Barry Barron now.
As the current manager of Aberdeen Football Club, it is my honour to turn the first sod on this site of the club's magnificent new stadium, which will acknowledge the club's history in its construction, with the Big Eck enclosure, the Strachan stand, and the Dougie Bell end. Over now to Craig White.
Good evening. Let me assure you, Rangers will not go to the wall. Everything is fine. It's business as usual.
Securing your stuff, mate. Judge's orders.
I'm not saying there aren't problems, but there are problems that can be and will be dealt with. Rangers are absolutely on top of it all. We are going firmly in the right direction. Rangers will be around for a long time to come.
Light bulbs too there, mate.
Just to reiterate, Rangers have a bright future.
He is genius.
Well, yes, I'd agree with that. Fergie is Fergie, which is just as well, because if he wasn't Fergie, he'd be somebody else.
He is born of football, by football, for football.
Well, no, I think he's from Govan.
Ruthless, uncompromising, vindictive, bullying, vicious. But to be fair, he has his bad points too.
Now, see, nowadays, the players' jerseys are emblazoned with their nicknames. Now, this one here, this is worn by Javier Hernandez Balcazar, right? Whereas this one here, this one's worn by Luis Carlos Almeida de Cunha, right? This one here, this one's Ryan Giggs.
I've had my run-ins with Fergie, who hasn't he? But at the end of the day, we respect each other. Me him, and him me. But if for any reason we didn't respect each other, him me, and me him, then I still think we would respect a lack of respect for each other. And if that's no respect, then I don't know what is. Arguments? Aye. Quite often we didn't see eye to eye, unless I stood in a box.
You know, at Old Trafford, there are certain odours you don't get a whiff of at some other grounds. Like this. It's Duraglit silver polish, right? You know, Arsene Wenger will be watching this, and he'll know this Scooby what this is.
Well, see, it's possible. I work in Manchester for over a year now. Top one, sound, mad for it. And it can be a scary place. So I asked my friend Sir Alex for advice on how to avoid the drugs, the alcohol and the violence. And he just said, give up the nights out with Liam Gallagher.
Now, preparation is everything in this game, right? So, before I enter the dugouts, I like to prepare properly, you know? So, I'll have a few packets of them, because they're my favourite. I like them. Oh, and a few juicy ones, that's marvellous, yes. That'll keep me going. There's no jubs. Well, I'll take some of them. They're good. They'll keep my breath fresh. That's it. Well, I'll do it at half time.
Mind games? Oh, aye. Like getting you to eat an onion after telling you it was an apple?
Well, if you were to put him toe to toe with the late great Smoking Joe Frazier, Frazier would have destroyed him. But not before Alex had scalped his dish with a football boot. Retirement? Christ, no. Why would I want to retire when I still love the game? Still have the taste for victory, and the big purple nose for a good player.
Sir Alex retiring would be such a loss to football. I don't want him to retire.
I can't wait.
Only an excuse. The real Scottish football.
I'm Gerard Butler, and I've been in more rotten films than any living actor. After a brilliant run-out with the Celtic lads for charity, I like nothing better than to splash my big smug coupon with L'Oreal Ponce Face Lotion for Men. It replenishes and moisturises the moisture in your face by moisturising it with moisturiser. L'Oreal Ponce Face Lotion for Men, because I'm more worth it. It'll change your physiog quicker than I change my Paisley accent.
So, why did the Green Brigade use so much Che Guevara iconography?
But we don't.
What about your T-shirt?
Well, that's Che Guevara. I thought it was Danny McGrain.
Right, mates. It's serious coupon time because the football world has been rocked tonight by allegations of unusual betting patterns. It's been claimed that, get this, players are deliberately trying to get themselves sent off to cash in on bets. The allegations come after police noted something odd in this piece of footage. Have a look. See what you think. What do you make of that, mates? Still looks inconclusive to me.
As economic uncertainty continues throughout the country, nowhere is the pressure being felt more than within our treasured football clubs. Even the capital is feeling the pinch, with 2 Edinburgh giants now beginning to experience pressure. Our special correspondent, Jamie McIver, sends us this report.
Thanks, Auntie Jackie. As far as commitment to tackling social issues goes, Edinburgh is leading the way by providing more guests for the Jeremy Kyle Show than any other region in Britain. However, as far as football goes, the city is a capital in crisis. As far as Hearts go, the stark facts couldn't be more starkers. There will be no foreign white knight willing to invest in them or any other Scottish club. The club is facing a drastic cull as unsustainable wages need slashed, whilst putting the club into administration has been threatened by owner Vladimir Romanov. But what do the fans think? Excuse me, kind sir, would you like to say a few words about your team?
Oh yeah, it's the Jumbo, Ken. Like a wee Robo, Big Elvis, Ken. No, I mean, Billy Brown, what? I mean, that's the Gorgie Gadget, Ken.
Well, thank you, kind sir. Now, be off with you. But what about the other half of the city? The Hibernians half. They haven't had their problems to seek either. 8 managers in 10 years, a new empty stand, and now Pat Nevin claiming to be a fan. So, what do genuine supporters think about all that? I say, good man, pray tell me, what thoughts you're currently thinking?
Garbage and Ripskin, Proclaimer Skin, Mickey Weir, Frank Sosie, Choose Life Skin. Are you taking the piss?
With the future looking dreich and drizzly for the capital's giant mediocrities, just what will it take for the sunshine to return, not just to Leith, but to Gorgie too, and get the fans excited? This is Jamie McIver, reporting Scotland. Help! Help! Auntie Jackie!
This is my branch. This is my branch.
This is my branch.
The improvements are there for all to see. Back in 2004, in the bad old Bertie Vogts days, we played 8, got 14 points, and finished second. Now, we can play 8 games, get 11 points, and finish third. It's all about progress. Okay, we've missed on qualification for a major tournament again. 7 in a row. But I'm confident we'll get to the World Cup in Brazil. So, join me and start learning the lingo.
Olá,
Hello,
meu nome é Craig.
my name is Craig.
Eu seleciono só ataqueiro.
I'm picking the one lone striker.
Eu seleciono 2 atacantes.
I've no idea what that means.
Mambo, salsa, samba.
Heel, toe, and away we go. 1, 2, 3, together.
Se eu vou ligar, não estou aqui.
If Stephen Fletcher phones, I'm no in.
Até logo.
Cheery by the new.
If you'd like to see that STV programme again on the STV player, simply click the STV player at stv/player.stv/player.stv.player.stv. And to win tonight's competition, simply answer the following question. What is the name of the pub in Coronation Street? Is it A, the Rovers Return, B, the East Fife Return, C, the Berwick Rangers Return, or D, the Tall Ship? You could win a cash prize of £1.25. All calls cost £1.30.
Italy, Greece, Ireland, and finally Rangers. Ladies and gentlemen, that completes the draw for the European bailout. Well, for Rangers, it's the perfect combination. We play in blue, I'm white, and we're in the red.
Scotland has a proud history of pioneering explorers. And to truly appreciate the trailblazing spirit of these bold men, we need a pioneering TV presenter, not afraid to stick with a Bon Jovi hairstyle. A man who can talk while walking upstairs and while walking down them as well. When these brave missionaries took their first tentative steps into worlds unknown, not only did they take with them Christianity and disease, they also took with them football. And no one carried forth the torch that illuminated the beautiful game more so than the only Scotsman ever to be named European Footballer of the Year. The King, the Lawman, Dennis Law.
Well, you know, I was born in Aberdeen, you know, but I overcame that hurdle and I ended up in Italy, you know, playing for Torino. Now, if Edinburgh is Scotland's Roma, then Torino is Italy's Comunale. Oh, it's a toilet, you know, Il Bagno. But that's where I mastered football, you know, Calcio, you know, me, the lawman. Il leggy homo, and let me tell you, I loved The Good Life, I really did, La Dolce Vita, The Good Life, oh yeah, I mean, what a sitcom that was, Margot and her wellies, oh, it's hilarious.
In post-Renaissance Italy, law was a sensation.
When I went to Italy, I was on a mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life forms and civilizations, to boldly go where no man had gone before. And I tell you, Captain Kirk, what a player he was. He was marvelous. The Italians, right, they love their heroes. They really do, whether it's me, or Zeus, or Berlusconi, or the fuzzy-felt pasta chef, eh? Hey, when's your dol mio day?
These days of glory were all too brief for the mongoose, who eventually returned not to his native Scotia, but to the land of the English, and other trails yet to be blazed. But for that one fleeting age, he shone like the Sun King, and ruled the game like a colossal Caesar.
I came, I saw, I conked out.
Next week on the Football Explorers, we look at this, the world's oldest surviving football, found inside a wall in Stirling Castle and believed to date back to 1540, the last time local team Stirling Albion got a decent result.
Only an excuse, the real Scottish football.
Yes, this is me, Chick Young, saying I am totally, definitely, absolutely, 100% against fielding a British team at the Olympics. The whole thing threatens our independence as a football nation. And... What? Have I seen the strip? Well, no, actually, I haven't, but what's that got to do with it? As I was saying, Team GB, what a magnificent idea! I'm definitely behind it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the draw for the first round of the Scottish Communities League Cup semi-final. A competition, let me remind you, funded by the seized assets of major criminals. Gentlemen, if you'd like to begin.
Can I get in here? Speaking as a prominent media figure, I too was hounded by journalists and hacks, which was daft really, because if they wanted to know what I was up to, all they needed to do was ask. However, there was one time that the antics of the press sickened me. One night, I was engaged in a three-in-a-bed romp of the sexual variety with a pair of dirty big darlings, total honeys. Pure Joe McBrides, by the way. And then, this tabloid rag published all the lurid, sleazy details of the coital naughtiness on page 7. And I was pure bailing at that because it should have been in page 1. Thank yous. Thank you, your lordships. Oh, and your ladyships too. Gives a wee tinkle, eh?
See that bumblebee yellow-black third away strip thing? See when the Celtic wear that? They just look stupid. And that's no on. It's not the job of Celtic players to look stupid. No. It's the job of Celtic fans to look stupid. That's why I'm 58-year-old and dressed like a leprechaun.
Neil, can you explain the loss of form with some players?
No, I can't. I mean, Take Chris Commons. All I know is that over the close season, Chris went from being a player we couldn't afford to lose to a player we couldn't afford to feed.
You're watching Sky Sports News. Carling Cup latest as Northampton Town gets set to take on AFC Bournemouth. It's a big night of action for the Cherries, who are unbeaten in form. So, the League One outfit are brimming with confidence for the visit of the Cobblers.
What about that, mates, eh? And not forgetting the big Scottish Communities Cup tie up in... Sorry, mates. It's too much.
A dark Ibrox Stadium-shaped cloud is hanging over me because of one wee documentary concerning Rangers Supremo, Mr. Craig White. A documentary which has resulted in a bitter divorce between the totally sensational, utterly astonishing, monumentally magnificent, righteously dignified Glasgow Rangers Football Club FC and the so-called BBC. And as an employee of said organisation, I, Charles Young, am forbidden from talking to Rangers. And so it seemed would end a glorious era of dispassionate, neutral reportage. I have two choices. One, accept the current situation, or two, rebuild BBC Scotland's relationship with the country's greatest institution. Denied of my right to slabber over the mighty Rangers was a no-brainer. I started my own personal sucking up with a measured apology to Craig White. Dear Mr. White, please, please, please do not do this to me. A BBC bias against Rangers? How can you say that? Given the 150 ex-Rangers players employed in Sports Sound alone, I beg you, see reason. Yours loyally, Chico. I realised I couldn't just sit by and wait for a response. I had to take assertive action.
Yeah, you're doing a great job, Ali. Keep it up.
Oh, superb.
Hey, Ali. Full narrow.
Yeah, sensational.
Alistair, a quick word?
Oh, sorry, chick. Most unsuperb. That was shoddy and shady. Stay away from my players.
A super snub from Super Ali. And other interviewees were even less forthcoming.
Give us an answer. Why are you victimising Rangers?
I was still having no joy getting inside the club, although representatives from the old guard agreed to speak to me. Former Chief Executive Martin Bain.
Well, we tried every feasible source to raise income for the club. Guising, collecting ginger bottles. We even sent a begging letter to that couple from Largs who won the lottery. No one wants to know.
So what could Rangers be looking at? Administration, liquidation, sequestration?
Well, it certainly isn't constipation.
That's no funny. This was a far cry from the grand old days of yore, the days of King Walter, the days of 9 in a row. And let me tell you, the ordinary fan was not happy.
If the unthinkable happens and the Rangers do go to the wall, then I and my associates will guard that wall. You know what I'm saying?
It was starting to seem that I'd run out of aces. I'd rolled the dice and landed on a busted flush. I tried to establish contact between his people and my people via the people, but to no avail. Then, out of the true blue, I received a summons.
Craig White has agreed to see me, but there are to be no cameras, no recording devices, no pens, and no notepads. I'll let you know how I get on. Cheers, brother. I've just spent 3 hours with the man himself. And in that 3 hours, he spoke to me of his dreams, his hopes, his desires for the club that is the glorious Glasgow Rangers, and of his visionary business plan that he believes will make this club even stronger than it is now. And having now met the man and listened to him, all I can say is, we're
Only an excuse. The real Scottish football.
But as far as our singing goes, listen, some people say we are intransigent and refuse to change, but I tell you, that's not true. There are many songs we don't sing at Celtic Park anymore. Like, We've Won the League Again, Easy, Easy, and We Are the Champions.
When I hear the name, I think he is legend, especially when working with hot young talent. So I salute you, Silvio Berlusconi.
The chaos caused by the mass strike has affected Scottish football. The Aberdeen first team were forced to take their children to training with them. Get this, the kids won 4-1. And there was some good-natured mickey-taking at Celtic's training ground today when Chris Commons responded to rumours of a fallout between himself and his manager, Neil Lennon.
Hey, Figo, looking good.
I am Luis Figo, and my hair looks great, thanks to Just for Men.
Hey, Spencer, looking bra.
I am Jim Spence, and my hair looks great, thanks to Just for Scotchmen.
See this vajazzling. Best job I've ever had.